and welcome to our actual play of D&D5 DM's Guild Adventure Heroes of Baldur's Gate. And I've called these sessions Heroes of Baldur's Gate the Black Net for reasons that are going to be pretty obvious very soon. And this is a very beautiful book by James Orman, whom you might also know as the author of the Baldur's Gate games. And it's connected to these games in the way that's a pre-sequel, actually. So it's set after Baldur's Gate 1 and before Baldur's Gate 2. So anyone who knows the games is going to recognize a lot of places and a lot of people. And we're actually going to do something that is implied as possible with the book, and there are a few guidelines how to do this. We're going to play both original characters, and we're going to play characters from the games. And we're also going to switch it a little bit back and forth. Sometimes they are going to be NPCs, and sometimes they are going to be PCs, depending on which players are in the session and how we switch between members of the party. But this is the party for today that we're going to start out with for the first sessions. And this is the lovely Julia, who's been playing D&D for
a couple of years now, I think. Something like
some
that.
Time. And you are playing one of the original characters. Tell us a little bit about Gwyn.
I'm playing Gwyn. She's a half-elf paladin. Paladin of Helm.
Mm-hmm.
Just starting out in her career, so to speak.
Yes.
Plucky 19 years old.
Doing good things.
Doing good in the world.
A 19-year-old career paladin.
Yes, a 19-year-old career paladin.
Yes, and Max.
Hello.
Our token Brit. He's also going to play...
There's nothing token about me, you know.
He's going to play another original character, Alan Crookwillow,
Alan
which is a
Crookwillow.
lovely name.
That's Alan with two L's, by the way.
Yeah.
He's not just Alan, it's a fantasy name. He is a bard, level 3 bard, and a halfling. I'm not sure if I should say anymore. Should I?
We can say that he's not one of the jolly-go-lucky happy bards.
He's not your typical halfling. He's like a miniaturized Aidan Turner. But he's not. I mean, you'll find out what he's like with people. But let's just say he's not. He's less rotund than other halflings are generally.
Yes. And then we have Eric, who is playing one of the characters from the games. And which one have you chosen?
The probably most famously moonblade-wielding elven wizard, enchanter I should say, Zan.
Zan.
And we are all doomed.
We are all doomed, yes. The happy outlook of Zan.
Yeah.
Of the grey cloaks. And that's the party that we're going to start out with. And we are not going to start in Baldur's Gate, per se, but near Baldur's Gate, in a very famous inn, or rather, also near that inn, and on the Tradeway, because you all have reasons to be there, different reasons. And Zan is there to seek out the newest impending doom that threatens the coast. And you've been sent there by Koran, your friend, who has a slightly different outlook in life. So
somewhat.
Yes, sometimes it's also nice to be away from this chipper person.
It's always positive and laughing.
Yes, and he loves to party.
Oh,
but he also hears a lot of the things that are going on in the city and around it. And after all the things that happened during the Iron Crisis, there has been kind of a vacuum in the power structure in Baldur's Gate, and new people are trying to move in, and weird things are going on in the city and around it. And the newest thing that you heard was that there was something weird, more weird than usual, going on at Cloakwood Forest and on the Tradeway near Cloakwood Forest. People have been telling they can see the woods much nearer than they should be, and they swear they sometimes see the trees moving, and people disappear on the Tradeway, which is not good for Baldur's Gate, because it's not called the Tradeway for nothing. Goods have to come in and go out, and yeah. So you've been tasked by Koran. He's asked nicely whether you would look into that. And he said you might also meet some faces you might know. And the first face you meet that you might know from Baldur's Gate is actually Alan Crookwillow, that you sometimes met and exchanged coin for information, because he seems to know a lot of things going on, especially in the less pretty places in Baldur's Gate, in the more rough regions. And
Hello.
Not a very trustworthy person, but not that that matters much.
I'll have you know, I am very trustworthy.
Of course you are, for the right price.
I wouldn't have it any other way. I'll have you know.
Alan Crookwillow has been sent by one of the bosses of the organization he might be part of to also take a look at what might happen along the tradeway, because the people you are working for, usually, they insist that the shadows and the maybe not so clandestine dealings in the city are their thing. And anyone else who tries to move into Baldur's Gate, again, should be nipped in the bud. So there has been rumor that some people of another organization are trying to take root in Baldur's Gate and in the surrounding areas, and some things for them also point to Cloakwood.
Okay.
So you've been sent to take a look whether there's actually something weird going on, or whether that's just the usual things, all bears, owls, other things.
Maybe it's just the trees.
Maybe it's just foolish people who don't know what they're seeing after a
Well,
drink
they'll
or
soon
two.
find out. They will soon find out from me.
Yes, and then to report back and then find out more about the goings on Baldur's Gate. And then we have Gwyn, our happy, proud, well-bred
Horse?
elven, not a horse paladin, but an elven paladin.
Why aren't we playing with a horse paladin?
I don't have a miniature.
Ah, I see.
Oh, well.
That's the one and only reason.
5'8", very gangly.
You want this paladin?
Great. No, I think I'll take that one.
No, you know what? No.
Well,
You can go back.
But maybe it wants to be part of the party.
Okay, fine. There you go.
there we
Okay, this looks a bit foreboding.
But yeah. 5'8", ginger, freckled, bit gangly, very noisy when she walks.
Yes. You're
It's a
walking, the
chainmail.
chainmail is going crush,
Clang,
crush,
clang,
crush,
crush.
with every step. And you all meet basically at the same time, at the same place, where a single warrior, who also looks very worried, stands at the side of the road looking towards the woods where Cloakwood Forest will begin. And he's mumbling to himself and biting one of his nails, and then looks up. He's rather dark-skinned, and he looks to the right and to the left, and he nods to you as a paladin of Helm. He seems to respect what you're doing, and then he sees Zan and he goes, hello Zan!
Khalid. Nice to see you again. Very nice.
Oh, do you mean that?
Well, no. But it's good, I think, to see you again. Any news from the forest?
I hope my wife, she has said she is going to take a look and talk to the creatures of the woods.
I see.
I'm sorry, could you speak a bit louder? It's a bit hard to hear you from down here.
Hello, friend. Are you... He looks between Zan and Alan.
It's alright, I know him.
It's fine.
Yes, I'm a bit worried.
You don't say.
She's... hello. Greetings. Greetings, Lady
I'm
Paladin.
Gwyn.
Hello.
Oh, come on, shake the lady's hand.
Fine.
Very nice to meet you all.
Yes.
What can we do?
Oh, I'm very glad you all are here. She's been there for hours now. She told me not to interfere, but I fear we should interfere.
Khalid, you do know what happens if anyone interrupts anything she's doing. I am more respectful of her than any creature that could live in that forest.
Yes, I know very well how she can be. I married her after all.
Yes.
Sir, with respect, sir, I don't obviously know who you're talking about, but if you've been told not to do anything, then we should probably wait here.
My wife, Jahira, she's a force of nature.
Aha.
And
Quite literally.
Yes, we could it hurt to take a look? What do you think? Just if everything's fine, we could sneak away, and she would never know.
No, of course not. I mean,
I don't know about the rest of you, but I was sent here to get a job done, so I'm gonna go and take a look. And I'll tell you what, sir, if your wife has everything in hand, then I will go away happy as Larry. But otherwise...
Who's Larry?
He's a nice guy. He's a friend of mine. And he's very happy. But, yes, I'm going to take a look at any case.
sure.
I have also
Why
been
not?
told to investigate.
Oh, yes. I'm happy, as a Larry, to know that the Church of Helm is taking an interest in this. Then we might follow her.
Sure.
I
Not
think-
that it matters much anyway, getting eaten by bears or Jahira or Jahira as bear.
Yes, she's...
Your wife eats people?
No,
I would not be surprised.
she never has before. No.
I mean, that doesn't mean she's not capable of it, to be perfectly honest.
Huh.
Well,
Never mind.
I have to say...
No fear.
Yes, no fear, good attitude. No fear and no care. Well done. Let's go. Come on. I don't want to hang around here any longer than necessary.
Let us go.
We shall.
Clonk, clonk.
Yes. Okay, let's put Horsey away.
The horse paladin.
Khalid, you changed. You're kind of skinny. Horse-like.
The
And
character,
very tall.
character that never was.
Yeah, so you've been on the tradeway here. Mm-hmm. And now you move eastward towards Cloakwood Forest, which is the peninsula south of Baldur's Gate. And moving eastward, Khalid leads you for the first part, and he says, I know where she entered the woods. But then at some point he seems to be kind of lost and frustrated, and he's moving the helmet back and forth and looking at the ground, and one of you might you be able to track? No.
I mean, I could give it a go. I'm better in the streets, to be honest, but I don't know. I can have a look around.
Please?
Oh, if you said please, then sure. I take it that's a survival check?
Yes.
I think I'll roll. Oh, I'll roll in here. Oh!
Natural 20.
Are we starting with a natural
Yes,
20?
we are
Yes.
starting. This can only go downhill from here, and I'm
No.
only talking as my character.
Good portents, good portents.
Start as you mean to go on. Natural 20. So
Natural
22.
20. Very nice. Yeah. No problem.
Yeah.
She can't be much of a druid if she left so many tracks behind.
Do me a favor and don't tell her that.
So you easily pick out places where she moved through the underbrush and then followed a deer path through the forest. And then you can hear some sounds far away. It sounds a little bit like branches rubbing together and creaking, but there's no wind. And also some slight screeching sounds, maybe like a tiny mid-sized owl. But it's not night, so and something's disturbing the woods. That's what you can tell.
Okay. This forest is weird.
Looks like a forest to me.
Well, of course it does. You're an elf. I'm not so used to this kind of...
Half-elf.
Oh, my apologies.
Yeah.
You're a half-elf. You have half to do with forests.
I do. Yes, I suppose I do.
Well, let's just say I'm a little unnerved. I'd be much more comfortable in a back alley somewhere in Baldur's Gate.
Then you are probably glad that the forest thins out a bit and you are actually looking at a ruin. So there has been some kind of civilization here at some time during the last hundreds of years, maybe. It's mostly fallen down, but some remnants of a keep are still there. And that's also where the creaking and screeching sounds are coming from.
Okay, well, I don't know about you, guys and gals. Gal. But there's some strange noises coming up from that ruin over there.
Okay, yes. I'm ready.
I suppose you want to go investigate.
Not necessarily, I just thought I'd point it out.
Okay.
Because we have to...
Fair.
We should. Maybe she's in danger.
That's a good point.
Oh yeah, maybe something innocent is in danger.
Yes, then we have to help it.
Yes.
Oh dear.
I don't know if I like how you talk about my wife, Zan.
Well, did you miss my cheery self at all, Khalid?
I missed you, but now you've been back for half an hour, and it's like you were never gone.
I mean,
It's so great, isn't it?
I have to say, I do know this fella, but not particularly well. But it does strike me that he talks about this for everybody, so...
Yes.
You shouldn't
that
take
is-
any personal offense that he treats your wife any differently.
She knows me.
Oh,
We know each other, so...
but
Yes, I know, but
he's right. You are perhaps even more friendly than to most people.
Yes. I thought that was very obvious. Sorry.
Anyway,
So
let's stop talking.
Shall we move
Are we
in?
going to protect the innocent now, or...?
Well, I don't know if there's any innocent in there, but you can go and jolly well have a look if you please.
Okay. Lift my shield, draw my sword. Well, let's get on with it then.
Okay, after you.
Okay.
Onwards
Okay.
to our inevitable demise.
Let's zoom into the map, which means we're going to take it away and put
She's
something
going to
else
be
there.
just a little bit reluctant. Like, yes. Yes, I know it's my duty to go in there first. I know that. So I will.
I'll do it. I'll
Well
show
done.
you. I'll show you.
I'll show you. Oh, nice.
Trees.
Trees.
So you're coming in from coming in that way, and why? Because the camera's there.
Like this.
Okay, so we have Gwyn at the front, and Zan and Alan Crookwillow
My cape is in your face.
behind. Yes, her cape is billowing very, very impressively,
Dramatically.
Yeah.
very dramatically.
I'll try to
Even if
keep
there's
it
no
in
wind.
check and away from my face as much as I can. With my free hand.
Do we need a miniature for Khalid?
Oh yes, we need a miniature for Khalid, and I have a miniature for Khalid. So
Ooh.
he lost his shield somewhere along the way. At least the miniature did.
Is he going to be in the front with me?
Yes,
As a
he's slightly one half step back because he's not as
He was probably shaking so hard it flew off at some point.
he's not as forceful as you are. So she's marching up front
Shield first.
with the martial zeal of the untested.
Don't know what you mean.
You
Very
can
well
now
put.
you can now hear a voice
Taking
from
notes and everything.
inside the tower ruin, and it's speaking in. Does any one of you speak Sylvan?
Oh, no.
The elf might.
Just elvish.
Yes, I do.
You do. So you hear just sounds that might be a language, but that have some clicking and weird noises in there. But you understand that someone you know, someone who might be threatening the innocent, because she sounds a little bit frustrated, is talking to some sylvan creatures. She's saying, "Tell me why. Tell me why you want to do this. Why this is happening."
Oh, I think there might be innocent creatures at risk here.
There are?
There might be.
There is.
Well, how many?
Well, that I can't make out. I only hear Jaheira.
She's in danger?
No, I don't
She's in
think
there?
so. Yes,
This
she's
man
in there.
confuses me.
We should.
Be very careful.
While they're all talking, I'm going to try and sneak around the side and see if I can get a look in.
Go sneak.
I'll go and sneak.
Go sneak.
Go sneak.
Stealth me.
Was that cocked?
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
It's
It
a little
Wow.
bit cocked.
Yeah.
Let's try again. Okay. 16.
16. Not bad. Yes, you sneak around and you come to a place where you can climb a little bit up on the remnants of the wall, and you see there is an elvish woman inside what is left of this ruin, and she's talking to something that looks like a little group of trees. Weird, slightly female-looking creatures made of wood and leaves. But also not very happy or friendly at all. They seem threatening, rather tall, and they're moving sideways, swaying back and forth like a wind, like in some unseen wind. That's the creaking sound you're hearing. Their wooden limbs rubbing against each other, moving, and they have talons on their hands, pretty long ones. And they seem to be a little bit indecisive what to do about the elf talking to them, rather imperiously.
So do we go in there and protect her or protect something from her? Is she going to eat something? Is she going to eat something?
These are all possibilities we have to address. Yes.
Hey, where did the halfling go?
So yes,
The halfling
please,
disappeared,
let's just
yes.
go.
The halfling's gone. When I see this woman talking to these tree things, I probably have no idea what they are. But I would like to use the message cantrip,
Yes.
Oh, nice.
and I will basically just say to her, "Don't look now, but your husband's outside, and he's going to come in very shortly. Also, you didn't see me," and I'll duck behind. And I'll duck behind like a shelf of stone.
Was that exactly the word count? That was impressive.
Maybe, I don't know.
It was
I
not
think it was-
25, but it was...
Was it exactly 25
No,
or
it
was it even
just
less?
under 25.
Okay.
It doesn't actually say anything on the card about it being 25 words, but I know it normally is. Maybe I'm trying to think there's another spell that's...
Yes, there's a sending spell.
Yeah, sending is
Yeah,
the one
sending.
where
Ah,
it's...
sending is pretty
Because
And
this
that
one,
one's 25 words.
I see.
because this one you have to see them, or they have to be within 120 feet.
Yes.
I
And you can
see.
say whatever.
And sending goes to other
So-
planes
yeah,
if you
sending
want
is
to.
like...
Yeah.
You just have to know the person.
I see, okay. Still impressive.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Very good. And she nods very slightly, and then one of the swaying branch women says something very dry and harsh and clicky, and suddenly her fingers start to glow in a greenish light, and there's vines and other creeping plants growing up suddenly from the ground and starting to entangle the elven woman standing in the middle of the...
She can reply if she wishes to the message.
And she says, "Now might be a good moment."
Okay.
So we're still arguing outside.
You're still arguing
We are
outside.
still arguing outside.
What can I do? What can I do?
You can hear the Sylvan language at this point growing louder, and you can hear the answer of whoever Jaheira is talking to, and the voice, very dry, wooden voice, is
Obviously.
saying, "We will take, and we will make a wood of what was stolen. It was promised. Now, silence!"
The The clicking sounds a bit angry now.
Yes, we might actually be able to save someone that is
Really?
deserving.
Okay, I run in there.
Okay,
Waiting.
let's please go to initiative order.
Yes.
Oh dear.
So
I mean, maybe I don't. I mean, I'm -1 on initiative.
maybe
You will charge
maybe-
last,
I will
but
charge.
charge valiantly you will.
No, you charge first, but you're just bad at reacting to everything else when you get in there.
You charge, but everyone's faster.
Oh,
Oh, not so bad actually.
well, clearly I'm a...
And what exactly is not so bad, actually?
17.
17 for Gwyn.
When the innocent are at stake, then.
Let's go down the road. What do we have for Adam?
4.
4.
I rolled a natural 1.
Yes, from 20 to 1.
From 20 to 1. What are the chances?
You,
All the variants.
I know
all
the
variants.
feeling.
I'm sitting at 15.
15?
Mm-hmm.
15 for Zan. Now I have to roll for my lovely dryads. Where did I put them?
And for your lovely, valiant, half-elven fighter type.
Yes.
Oh, he's also a half elf.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
forgot about that.
Yes, we've
We
got a
have a
lot of...
small little elven congregation up there.
Yes, a lot of pointy ears in there today.
Yeah, now I'm gone.
Okay, and my lovely dryads are starting at 14.
Oh,
Fun.
great.
Jahira restrains herself to yelling at the trees for now.
It has worked before,
My
I'm very
action-
sure.
I yell at the trees.
Yes. Gwyn, you're actually charging ahead of everyone else. So if you take the steps up, that's 1 square for 3 steps. You jump up
20,
25,
25,
30.
30.
Yes.
That's about all I can do. Then I use my action to dash.
Dash. Woo!
35, 40, 45, 50, getting in there. So I'm next to Shahira. And
Yes.
can interpose with my shield if necessary.
Yes. You storm in and move in between the
Never fear, lady!
entangled elfin woman and the trees. And the trees react to you by
We have brought
rearing
your
up.
husband!
Oh, great.
save
she
you.
says.
Jahira,
Oh, I have
so
to
much
roll
on
for-
my level, I like it.
Okay. Zan, you are second in
Yes.
initiative order.
Okay, I will storm to my inevitable demise by moving up as close as I can, probably. So I can at least
One,
see
two,
them.
3, 4, 5. You can go up the stairs, and then if you use your action for another move, you can get up to here.
Am I in the way if I'm up the stairs?
You can move over here. I'm counting this as 2 tiles.
Yeah, then I will move there.
Okay.
And then I will pick up a piece of cured leather from my component pouch, have it suspend in the air basically, mutter some arcane words, do some hand movement, and cast mage armor on myself.
So you're expecting doom, but you're doing something against it. Fine.
Well, I can at least postpone it a little bit. Maybe.
One of the dryads takes your mere existence as an affront, or at least seems. It hisses and clicks at you in its weird language and tries to reach around the shield to get its wooden arms somewhere near anything that might be a little bit softer. It doesn't. It seems like it doesn't like all the metal that you're carrying it around, but it's still trying to hurt you a lot. Let's see. What's your AC?
Well, 16, but with a shield 18.
18. So it has 2 attacks and both miss very badly. Yes, you're blocking every try of the creature with your shield.
Shield paladin.
And now, surprisingly, unscathed. Now, the second one is trying to go for Jahira. Do you have any ability as a Helm Paladin or anything you want to do with your reaction?
Well, a reaction, so when a creature... Yes, I will. I can. So if I see that it's going for her, when I see that a creature attacks a target other than me within 5 feet, which she is within 5
Yes,
feet,
you're right next to her.
I will use my reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack. So I'm going to basically jump in between them with my shield, like, no!
Okay.
My lady! I basically stumble forward.
Since right now she's restrained, this levels out at a normal roll, because usually the Dryad would have advantage. You're putting it at disadvantage, and we're getting there. And that one's crooked. Natural 1!
Oh.
Yes! The Dryad, obviously very, very surprised that you're actually putting yourself in between it and holding up your holy symbol on the shield. It can't hit anything. And the last one back there rears up and spreads its arms wide, and suddenly there's the smell of honey in the air and of fresh blossoms. You have to give me wisdom saving throw.
Oh dear.
Yes.
Oh no, that's okay.
Right now
Wow.
you're the person that seems to be the biggest threat to them.
8.
Yes, you are charmed.
Wait, I have advantage versus being charmed because I'm half elf.
Oh,
That is true.
go ahead.
That's a 15.
That is
Ha!
a success. Yes.
You wily creature!
You
For a
almost feel
moment, you
wonder, but
thought
then
you understood the words of the creature, and it was whispering to you in a language that is more like she's enticing bees to come to her flowers.
I will not fall for your charms, foul tree!
But it was speaking
Person.
about step back, lie down,
No!
and then it's back to clicking and hissing.
Haha! Elf!
Khalid!
Elf!
Khalid now comes up the stairs and stops next to Zen and says, "Oh dear," looking down at the scene. And then he uses his action to make a second movement to go down and stand beside his wife.
Can someone do that for me? Because I have a
I'm
hard time
going to
reaching
move
that.
him a bit.
Thank you.
Cool. So now it's getting crowded in there. And now Alan, Mr. Crookwillow.
He just sees all of this from the window.
Yeah.
Does nothing.
Well, no. Who says I'm doing nothing? Ooh.
They got that covered. It's fine.
I'm going to roll a nature check for myself, because I'm not sure he would know this. Max the player knows this. I'm not sure if he knows this. No, he doesn't. I'm going to cast Sleep.
On something that does not sleep.
At a point here, so it will catch all of the dryads, but none of my allies. It's all creatures within a 20-foot radius.
Okay. They have advantage on the saving throw.
Okay, well, it's not a saving throw, it just happens.
It just happens.
It just happens.
Yeah, it just happens.
I have to roll a load of d8, and then it just happens. So,
Or not.
or not. I need 5.
Depends on the hit points.
It depends on their hit points,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ah, okay, fine.
It's a bit of a weird spell.
Yes.
But it means you get to roll lots of dice, which is
I haven't
fun.
used that one before in
Oh,
this
that's
fifth
a
edition.
load of ones. That's not good.
Well, let's see.
That doesn't look too good.
Well, it's 10, it's 20.
20.
So if
well, you could get like 90% of one.
But that
How many
is
hit points
unfortunately
of
not how
creatures?
sleep works.
It's not enough. So it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
No.
doesn't?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
Because you need to reach their hit point maximum. Or how many hit points they currently have.
Yeah.
And then they fall asleep.
Currently.
But I didn't
And
roll
since
them.
none of them are hurt already, they're over 20.
Never mind. Oh, no, that won't help.
You mumble and make some arcane sigils
This
with your
normally works on
hands.
the peasants I rob, but I mean,
the people who donate.
the people who donate to my charitable organisation.
Your friends, your donating friends.
Yes. Sometimes they donate their organs as well.
Ooh.
That's kind of
So glad I
heavy.
don't hear this.
Gwyn doesn't hear this.
I'm kind of mumbling to myself more than
Nice
anything.
halfling friend.
So that was your action. Do you still want to move or do something?
I think I will, if I may, because I was kind of hidden, I guess. Mm-hmm. Could I maybe just kind of move a little bit closer but stay hidden? So to about.
Yeah, if you give me
Yeah.
a stealth roll.
I'll give you a stealth roll.
This is behind the little wall.
Yeah.
Escape.
Wow.
I am going to use lucky because I'm a halfling to re-roll that.
Oh, nice.
Because that would have been a natural one. I'm going to use a different dice.
All rerolls.
Still a 15.
Still a 15. That's good enough.
Okay.
Yes. So you sneak around. You're still wondering where the halfling went.
It's just left.
Yeah.
Coward.
As soon as the fighting starts, he's gone. Obviously. So Gwyn, what do you do?
Oh, it's my turn again. Okay. Well, Nasty Tree tried to attack Lice Lady. So
Lice.
nice
lady.
Lice lady.
Lice lady.
Maybe
Sorry.
she's around the woods a lot.
Yeah, I will
I could just do it whenever.
attack this the first dryad here with my sword.
Yes. Go ahead.
That is a 17 to hit.
That is a hit.
Awesome.
Awesome.
She takes 9 slashing damage from my longsword.
9 slashing damage. Nice.
So just with the shield still raised, where this thing's trying to get purchased, just
Yes.
half at it.
She flinches
Hacking the
and
wood.
yes, hacking and there's splinters flying, and she flinches away and you see sap coming out of the wound.
Aha!
Well, Zan,
Yeah.
she seems to be doing fine
Yeah,
for
and
now.
I'm not gonna move or anything.
They are not technically humanoids, right?
They count as Fae.
Yeah, that's a problem. Then I will move next to Khalid, I think, which I should. Am I able to with 30 feet?
Yes, you
Good.
can hop down here, and then do you want to be next to Khalid or behind next to Khalid?
No, I want to be next to Khalid
Next to
because
Khalid.
some dryad is now eating my moonblade. With enough 25
Yes,
to hit.
yes, that's enough to hit.
Okay, and then it's of course a two-handed strike because my longsword is versatile, and that it doesn't matter. 7.
A 7.
Yes. With the almighty 1.
Yes. The moonblade sings, glittering, leaving a bluish tint in the air behind as you move it, and bites deep into bark and wood.
Like that.
And the creature looks down at the blade and then looks at you with glowing, sap-colored, amber-colored eyes and says in Sylvan, "Soul." We're switching over to the Dryads. Yes.
I nod in a friendly manner.
Yes.
Or what Zan would deem a friendly manner, so probably not very friendly, but
Probably more like a meh.
yes. Yes.
A meh.
As a mood.
Yes.
The mood is meh.
The Dryad number 1, the one that you were clashing with, is trying to grab you again, going for the head above the shield. Keep rolling crooked. And that's an 18.
Ooh, that just hits. Just matches my AC.
Still very, very good AC
I mean, shield.
for a baby paladin.
Just because of the shield, though.
Fine, she hits. Ba-ba-ba. But she's not going to do that much damage because she's not buffed herself. Where's my D4? My D4.
Do you need one?
Yes.
Okay.
It escaped. It's probably lying somewhere here and waiting for someone to step on it.
Oh yeah,
That's actually just
dangerous.
4 hit points for wounds.
I mean, in terms of lying around, D4s actually do the most damage.
Yes.
So
It really hurts if you
yes.
It's getting her
Yes.
branchy fingers all tangled up in the
Yes.
hair.
Ripping out some of your lovely ginger hair.
Oh no.
And also cutting across your freckles. All your best features.
Not the face.
Then the dryad that you tangled with, Zan, is trying to get some revenge in.
Oh no.
21. You have mage armor.
Yeah, I don't think he has that much mage
that
armor.
hits me precisely through shield.
Oh.
Yes. That is kind of sad.
I
So
have
it's
a
no
knack for exactly rolling
So
numbers.
it's no use even using it.
Save a spell slot.
Yeah.
Great.
That's 3 wounds.
That's okay. Well, even I can soak that, so.
Yeah, even Zan. The close combat mage with how many hit points at level 3?
13.
13.
Aw,
And I
that's
rolled
cute.
well. And I rolled well.
Yes. We're playing at level 3, so we buffed up the characters from the start. Also, it would be weird if Zan was level 1 after.
With, like, what? Charm Person, which is super handy in this fight. Mage Armor and Shield as spells and 5 hit points. Yeah, that would be great. I really want to be level 1 right now.
And the last dryad is stepping forward into the side, and then it's melting into the trees and coming back out of this one behind you. So it just becomes part of the branches, then of the roots and the bark, and then she's just 2 amber eyes in the trunk of the tree. Then they close, and back there you can hear the creaking and moving of the branches, and then she's kind of birthed out of that tree again and steps onto the stairs.
Do we see her from behind us, or?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
You can hear that. You can follow
Watch
her
your back, my
movement.
lady.
I am. Seize it now, she speaks in Sylvan, but the dryads ignore her. Khalid goes, to taste my blade!
Perfect.
tries to hit the dryad, and he actually does. Khalid is actually
surprised.
useful.
Because despite everything, he's actually pretty decent at what he does.
Yes, he's a fighter. He can do one thing. Roll a 1 for damage.
Yeah, I can do that as
He's
well.
actually pretty decent. Rolls a 1.
Yes. Alan.
I am going to give, I think, so you just got hit, you also just got hit,
Yeah, but I'm fine.
but you're fine. I'm going to
She
give
pulled my
Zan
hair.
a Bardic Inspiration die. So you can use that on an.
What do you say?
Well, I basically poke my head up and go, it's all right, Zan, you've got this. I'm not so much the kind of playing instrument bard, I'm more the, the team talker.
Shouty.
Bard. Shouty
The
bard.
shouty bard.
Pep talk, bard.
Pep talk bard, yeah. So attack roll, ability check or saving throw, you can use that on.
Yeah.
I'm then going to move myself forward.
Do I have to announce it before the roll? Or-
I think you can roll and you can decide to use it afterwards, but before
The DM tells
before the DM says whether it's
okay.
succeeded or
Yes.
failed.
Okay.
I'm going
Nice.
to jump out of cover and move myself forward next to basically perch myself on this stone up here.
Yeah.
I would like to cast Thunder Wave.
Oh my goodness.
That's going to hit everyone there. You do
Okay.
that.
Is it?
Yes.
This is 15 foot cube. Can't I do it like that
No,
way?
it's centered
Isn't it away?
around you.
Yeah, it goes.
It's going to push everyone away
It's
from
range
you.
self in a 15-foot.
Oh, it's a wave like that. Yeah, we looked it
Yeah.
up once. It's not a circle.
I
yeah.
used it a lot
We had
as
this
indigo.
discussion.
Yes, you would have, yeah.
And yes,
Jonas, you want to say a constitution?
doing it while your teammates are next to you is a bit unfriendly.
I
but,
mean, I
you
just
know.
got this inspiration die, which I can use on a saving throw.
Okay.
Yes, you're only going to take half damage and you're not going
Which
to get
will
moved.
still kill me, but whatever.
Well, if I can't do it without.
I mean, you'd get me and Khalid and
He's probably not going to get you, but he's going to get Zan and Khalid.
Okay, well, I won't do it then if it's going to harm my allies, because I don't attack my friends. They're my friends.
They are your friends?
They're my friends.
Yes,
That's what's
you're good at
important.
making friends.
I'm very good at making friends. In which case, I will just run up and stab him.
Yes,
Do you wanna get
he's a
next to this
stabby
guy?
bard.
Yeah, I'll get next to the closest one and just stab
Yes.
them.
I'll try and position you somewhere.
You're,
Wait, don't
you're,
follow
you're
me.
taking your cloud with you everywhere you go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put you behind this.
Yes,
There you go.
Sorry.
drop him in behind.
Difficult.
He's in mid-leap.
I've used my bonus action.
Stabby stabby.
14.
That's a hit.
Haha.
Ah,
With what? Rapier? Or?
With a rapier.
Oh, nice.
That's 1d8 plus 3, so 7 piercing damage, please.
you're literally a stabby bard.
I
Yes.
am.
You find a
I'm-
point where her body seems to be made more out of vines or something like moss. You go in and turn the blade a little bit around, and yes, sticking them seems to work with dryads
Stabby.
too.
Stick him with the pointy end.
Okay, yeah, I think I can't do that again. It's all good. I was going to do something, but I already used my bardic inspiration for this turn. I'll do it next time. That'll be fun.
Gwyn.
Yes. Well, seeing as everyone's joined the fight now, I draw
Including surprise halfling.
surprise
Yes.
halfling. Ah, there he is.
He just poofs into the fight.
Yeah.
Start stabbing. Okay, I'm going
Pep talking
to
and stabbing.
attack that
The pesky dryad
first,
you've been taming
first
with?
dryad
Yes.
again. Also, because she scratched me, I'm going to cast Searing Smite.
You really did like it with when people pull your hair.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
I have bad experiences with younger sisters.
Oh.
So basically, I raise my my shield with my holy symbol on it, and as a bonus action, I cast Searing Smite. So I cast my spell slot, which gives my and I shout. I don't know.
Helm smite thee down.
Helm smite thee down. Yes, I like that. And her weapon, the longsword, flares with white hot intensity, and will now deal extra fire damage. If the next time I hit a creature, so I have to try and hit her first.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm
Go
gonna
try and hit her.
Try and hit her.
Whatever.
That's a 17 to hit.
That's a hit.
Lovely. So I get an extra d6 fire damage.
She doesn't like fire.
I thought as much.
It's a tree. Hit it with fire.
9 normal damage and 4 fire damage. And the next I'm seeing you crossing things out, so
Yes.
I'll stop there.
Yes. She screeches and tries to move away from you, but the fire has leaked from the blade onto the dry wood of her skin and the bark, and suddenly her branch hair is on fire. She tries to break stuff off of her. She breaks off tiny branches and leaves and everything, and then she stumbles back and sinks down at the foot of the trees and just becomes a bit of bramble.
I think Gwen is a little
And
bit
the
shocked. This is
light-
the first time she's used this.
The light goes out of her amber eyes, and then she's suddenly just wood and vines and leaves, and there's a mossy but also slightly burnt smell in the air.
Not sure if I feel bad or not, but
Well done.
It's okay, girl. You're saving the innocents, remember.
bye-bye, Dryad number 1.
Bye-bye, Dryad number 1. Zan.
Thanks for the pep talk.
You don't get a bardic inspiration, though.
And can I move? Before
Yes, you can move.
I will move. I will jump over the pile of ash and get up in the face of this next dryad here.
Yes. She sees what happened to her sister and
Fall back, fiendish tree, or thy friend's fate. Yeah, she. No more than that. She's just trying really
She's
hard
trying.
with the holy speeches, but
Zan, what are you doing?
Yes, I
What
mean,
are you doing?
what am I even doing? I will start with attacking trees with my blade. That should be enough. It's a 19 to hit.
It's a hit.
Don't need the bardic inspiration. It's attack rolls, saving throws, ability checks.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. And hopefully roll a little bit better this time. That is better. That is decidedly better. And it's 12 damage. 12 slashing damage with my
Yes.
magical moonblade.
You move the main moonblade in a quick arc upwards. She hasn't expected that. She was looking sideways at her dead sister, and you slash up through her face, and it falls apart and keeps on falling, and she just sinks down to lifeless.
Don't worry, Doom will get to us all at some point.
I need to find out where I got that thing.
oh no, I fell over.
It's the dryad's turn, or yes, the one
Dryad.
dryad's turn.
Dryad singular.
She looks at what's happening and she says in Sylvan, "Doom will come to you all."
That is a correct assessment.
And then she moves backwards and melts into the tree and is gone.
I did not expect such wisdom from a tree.
The vines fall over Jahira and she... Well, who are you?
My name's Gwen, my lady. Quickly assessing if my lady is the correct right. Just to be on the safe side.
She doesn't look like nobility from the way she's dressed. She's an elf, but she's wearing clothes that are more. She feels at home in the woods, so it's leather, dyed green and brown.
I'm gonna go with my lady anyway.
Yes, she holds herself like a lady.
That I would recognize.
Definitely, yes. Well,
At your service. And
Very
also
nice.
the Church of Helm.
Khalid, my love.
Respectfully
He blushes. Yes, we thought it might be good to take a look. Very well. Then,
Jahira, as I told your lovely husband, I was more afraid of you than those creatures.
and you were right.
Yes,
I
as
think
I usually am.
something is turning them against the city. Not that the wood is very fond of the city, but something is moving inside the woods. I don't know what yet, but it does definitely have a connection to something going on in Baldur's Gate.
Well, that's why we're here. As I say this, I've stuffed some tobacco into my pipe, and I'm using one of the glowing embers from the dead dryad to light it. Yeah.
Tastes like Feywild.
Oh, that's the good stuff.
And you are?
The name's Crookwillow. I'm also here on business from Baldur's Gate, and bumped into Zan, my old chum. Isn't that right?
I wouldn't call it that, but sure.
He never uses words like chum.
No,
we know each other.
I don't believe
We go a
I
long way
ever
back.
have.
We go a long way back.
I paid him for information
Oh.
twice.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it was twice.
And was the information any good?
I mean, what kind of a question is that? Are you looking to offend me, lady? My information
I'm looking
is...
to get information on what kind of person you are.
Well, it was serviceable, I guess.
Whatever.
If you say so, it must have been excellent. We have arranged for a meeting with one agent in the city. So you are at my service, so you've said?
Yes.
Ready to maybe save the city?
Yes.
Very
Of course.
Then you are on board with this, are you?
Well,
Do you want to save civilization, Zan?
I mean, I have a duty to fulfill, I guess. So she's excited enough for all of us. So yes,
Good to have you.
I will join you, of course.
And him we can pay. If we need him, right?
Yeah, sure. He's not that expensive, actually. He would probably tell you otherwise, but
Khalid is going to start with a round of beer or whatever you prefer, because we're going to an inn.
Now, that sounds like the best idea I've heard all day.
Yes, certainly. She unwinds the last bit of wine from her arm.
unwinds. That's actually pretty neat. Sorry.
Well, good. She takes Khalid's hand, offers it to her, and starts stepping out of the rondo of the tower. Are you coming?
Yes, I'm following.
Me too. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
She seems in charge.
I sort of take a last look around, maybe sort of kick the ground a bit and then follow.
I have learned not to say anything that resembles a negative comment to Jahira a long time ago. So,
Okay,
Very nice.
so
We have two.
you're moving towards Baldur's Gate. With just one quick click, you can change the marching order. And do you have to decide who's going to go first, and you
And
can
we
also
also
make
have-
an arrow.
yeah, we have to decide
Or line.
which formation to take.
Yeah.
It's
So
just
are
a
you
standard-
happy?
Like,
There's one more slot in your party, just one more.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, wait. Front left, so you are talking to all the people.
so it would
Probably.
seem, yes.
Yes.
I mean, I've been taught to talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
So have I, lass.
Yes, sure.
But I have a feeling it may be in a slightly different way to what you're used to.
Oh yes, halfling culture is very different, isn't it?
Yes, halfling culture. Very much so.
I've learned about this.
And I again have her cape in my
My
face.
mother has a book about halflings. Very interesting.
Oh, does she?
Yes.
I'd like to look at it sometime.
Oh, I guess I'm just thinking of halfling in context of my family. Not sure what they're going to say. So I sort of look you up and down. Oh.
Well, down.
I'm looking down and down.
Down and even more down.
Down and down.
I think we might need to move your marching order
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh
It's-
no.
this way because my arms are too short to place the
I'll help you.
city.
We will place
There we
the
go.
city for you, DM.
Thank you.
Do we get bonus XP for this?
We're doing milestone leveling, so you
No.
can have any bonus XP.
How long does this last, by the way?
10 minutes, so it's probably gone by now.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
But thank you anyway.
Well, you're welcome.
He felt inspired for a little
Yes.
bit. Very nice.
The city of Baldur's Gate sits on the River Chianthar, not far from the coast, but safely inland. You have to move across the river. Luckily, there's a handy bridge for that. And then you are nearing the city from this side, which is
South?
yes, it's more south.
Well, this is not representative
easterly.
anyway.
You have to imagine it. It's sitting north of the river.
Yeah.
So this is riverwards.
Oh yeah.
The labels for the quarters for the pages are roughly correct.
A rough representation.
It's all relative anyway, isn't
Yes. And it's a little bit more complex than the Baldur's Gate from the games. There's a lot more houses.
That's a
Oh,
good
it's
point,
not.
actually.
What,
It's not just,
16?
not just the 16 houses and, the big fair in the middle. Well, there's the big fair in the middle.
Yes, there's the big fair in the middle. That's the wide, the ever changing fair, where people are kind of fighting in a very polite but very very intense way to get the best place for the stalls each and every day. This is southeast. It says there's the South Baldur's Gate on the page, which is very roughly correct. So this is east, and it's actually east. So pretty fitting.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, it's kind of right.
yes, kind of.
Anyways.
So when you're nearing the gate, there's two rather bored guards who are counting and the heads of people coming in and are collecting copper pieces from each and every one. So are you handing them over?
Not a problem.
Yes.
Sure.
Otherwise, they're very uninterested in you. What's Ellen Crookwell going to
Can
do?
they
What
change
is he
for
going
gold?
to do?
What is he going to do?
I am just going to. I'm just going to try and hide amongst everyone else,
Under my
so they
cloak.
don't see me. Yeah, I'm going to try and hide under her cloak.
Yeah, then stealth.
Okay.
Go stealth.
Do I notice this?
Good question.
Do I notice him trying to hide
20.
under my cloak?
20, no. You can't. You are dealing with that. I have to put my shield on my back, and then I have to get my purse and everything. And
Oh, I only have a gold. Can
Yes.
you change?
gold? You want to pay for the whole party?
I haven't had time to exchange. I mean, if you want, I can. I mean, if that's necessary. Actually, no. I'm only going to pay for myself.
There's a little bit of discussion.
Charity, but not charity, you know.
Yeah, there's a little bit of discussion going on. Her cloak swishes back and forth, and there are two tiny halfling feet going to left, right, and left behind her. And then you sneak into the city without paying the copper piece.
Very nice.
Yeah.
No problem.
You
where
saved
did
all
Alan
of
go?
one copper piece.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look,
Where did Ellen go?
a copper saved is a copper earned.
I see.
That's a saying in my family, in my clan. Copper saved is a copper earned.
Yes.
We also have other sayings, but that's the other family. Anyway,
Mr. Crookwillow appears from somewhere once
I
you're...
probably walk forward from like between your legs
Excuse me.
because I can't stand in the space of larger creatures. So
She's not large.
No, but larger than me.
Larger.
Because I am small, so I just kind of go, whoop.
Yes.
Mr. Crookwillow.
Thanks for the in, lass. And I just get up and carry on walking.
She's probably making very ladylike sounds.
We are going to meet at the Elfsong Tavern. So if anyone wants to deal with other things before, you can do that.
I mean, like what?
I don't know. What dealings do you have in Baldur's Gate, Mr. Crookwillow?
I mean, I have plenty of dealings, but none of them are currently interfering with what I have currently planned, which is to sort out this whole mess.
I can probably report to the Temple of Helm later if that's necessary.
Fine.
Also, we did say tavern sounded like a really good idea.
Yes, I could do with some food.
Yes, food.
I'm rather interested in who the contact is.
Oh, you know her.
Yeah, I thought as much.
You all seem to know each other.
They
That's
are
what happens
leading
in a
you.
city, lads.
Yes.
Everyone knows
each
Oh
other.
yes, I'm new here.
And
You don't say. Really?
you do know where the Elfsong Tavern is.
I
It's
do,
not
yeah.
that far away from your headquarters. so
Never been there before in my life.
so you're moving
Here.
to this
Yeah.
bit of the city.
And I'm joining, even though
Yeah, even though he's lagging behind.
Yes. The Elfsong Tavern is not the best house in Baldur's Gate, but the ale is cheap and still drinkable. And once you enter it, there is a slightly smoky but warm atmosphere, and from somewhere there's the sound of music. You can't tell exactly where the musicians are. Maybe upstairs. It's a little bit dim, but there are a few patrons here and there. There's a group of people who look like, well, they probably call themselves privateers, but they're splitting hairs. And at one table, in one of the darker corners of the tavern, sits a young woman with a bob of dark brown hair and a purple cloak, who is crouching down behind her own mug and looking at the privateers and doing something, some gesture with her hands and mumbling. Mage hand.
Okay.
As you come closer, she looks up and smiles, beams a smile at all of you. Well, look who's here! Zan! I didn't expect to see you so soon.
yes, it was not by choice, I assure you.
Oh, and Jahira, she hugs the elf. And Khalid, she hugs Khalid. And then she moves to you. Hello, how are you? I'm Imoen.
I'm Gwen.
Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
Do I have any idea who she is?
You might have seen her around, and you think she was one of... No, you're not sure.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll just kind of nod politely.
Beams at you and says, I'm Imoen.
The name's
to meet you.
the name's Alan. Pleasure.
Hello, Alan. Sit down, Alan.
I already am, thank you. I am already sat there.
Oh,
Oh, this is lovely, and I'm gonna put down a shield.
I'll
My clothes.
get us some drinks. Any...
Take off my clothes.
What do you want?
Cider, please.
Oh, yes.
You did so-
Drink whatever is kind of drinkable, I guess. Just choose for me. Whatever.
Oh, you're that guy.
Sweet cider.
I don't care.
Yes. So,
I'll have a mead.
yes. Meat. Imoen leans forward. She looks at the privateers again. Mage. And one of the tankards on the table moves a bit.
Might I ask, what exactly is it you're trying to achieve by staring at this group of lovely gentlemen and
Oh,
gesturing and such?
I'm training my powers.
You have powers.
I do, yes.
I see. What kind of powers?
Oh, no, nothing special. But you are the people who are going to look into the thing.
I've looked into a lot of things in my life, Lassie. You'll have to be a little bit more specific.
Oh, the thing for the harpers.
Right, okay, very
Oh.
good.
Oh.
Of course it was them. Of
Well,
course.
still about as subtle as, I don't know, Winthrop.
Thank you.
Not that I would know him personally, but that's always how I imagined it from. Whatever.
Of course, it's the harpers. Of course it's the harpers. Nothing. It's all good. Okay, good. So what do these people who play the strings want us to investigate exactly?
Well, there are some things going on that might be connected, might be not. But we think they are. Like a net, like a network. Like a black network.
Right.
I think at this point, Alan would probably go. Probably hasn't been up until this point, but probably go a bit stony faced. Just like
She's really bad at this.
yeah, it's just like well, yeah, she's really bad at this, but also like hearing the black network is like, oh, like this is serious.
You know, I think because Quinn has been sent to investigate things, she probably has like a little bit of parchment, and she would like get a little bit of like charcoal and just go right and just write it all down exactly what she says.
Yeah. Don't write that down.
Oh, I see.
I take the piece of paper and like throw it into the fire.
Hey!
There are some things that you should not write down. I know you're all educated and stuff, but there are some things you do not write down.
Okay.
And one of the things you do not write down is that name.
The Black Network.
Yes, don't even say it.
Okay, I won't.
Let's just call them our friends, shall we? How about we talk about our friends a bit
Our
more?
friends?
Imoen, wasn't it?
Yes, Alan. Very good. Our friends had agents in this part of the Sword Coast for quite some time, but now that another faction of our other friends, have experienced quite a downfall. They're moving in with force. I think they already have established a base, quite some foothold. There's a lot of agents in the city, a lot of things moving around, people being shaken down, not by the usual people, but by new ones, newly hired ones too. Then we have whatever's going on in the Cloakwood Forest, which Jaheira wanted to look into. Oh yes, the elf says. And they're talking about the city too. Whatever's going on there is connected. See? Like a crossing over of strands.
Very subtle. Well done.
Thank you.
She's good like that.
This is very exciting.
And then, talking about strands, people have turned up dead if they didn't want to pay the money or wanted to report someone.
No, I'm sorry, but that's just not professional. Because if they turn up dead, then they can't pay you anyway. So what's the point of... Sorry.
Well, yes, they're dead. And they've been sucked dry.
Oh, okay.
You mean like a vampire or something?
Oh, no, much worse. Spiders.
I think there's a... How on earth is that worse?
She goes, I don't like them.
Do spiders drink blood? I thought they just...
They drink everything
Everything.
to be, well, except maybe the skin and
They
bones.
do?
Whatever does not dissolve, they don't drink.
If they
Yes.
drink anything, then if they can get them drunk.
What kind of spiders are that?
We get someone
Big
drunk.
ones.
So drunk. And then the spiders eat them, and then the spiders will get drunk. And then we can do it with the spiders.
Well, we should have thought about that before, shouldn't we have?
That is a convoluted plan.
But it just might work. But that is only one of the things that we have to deal with.
Let's keep that one in mind as a backup plan.
I'm sure we can find someone.
Yes. We, the people who like to play musical instruments,
Ah, yes, them.
we are interested
Okay, dearie.
in some agents who can take a look around. And luckily, the Elf Song Tavern is smack in the middle of this thing. It's this region where we've seen the most activity out of our friends.
I now look around suspiciously at all the other patrons in the tavern.
The privateers are looking back very suspiciously.
I mirror you.
And muttering
also
among
look
themselves.
Suspiciously at everyone.
Okay, all good.
Just a thought.
Yes. What is your thought?
Are the privateers technically hostile towards us?
I think
They seem to get more hostile by the minute.
Oh, well, then I probably shouldn't. So I won't.
then you
Now I'm
don't.
curious.
I am an enchanter.
Ah,
Right.
I am good with people, didn't you notice?
yeah. You make them all as sad as you are.
I can make actual friends.
So, you'd be tasked with finding out what our friends are doing in the city, who's at the head of our friends, and how this is connected to the other things going on in the city and in the Cloakwood Forest.
Yes, sounds good.
I will keep an eye on the forest, says Jahira. And Khalid will too. Yes.
Well, that sounds like a plan. But the forest is very big.
But I'm not made for cities. I do not like them.
Fair, I suppose. Whereas I'm quite in my element here, so...
Yes, we will protect the citizens from this threat. From our friends.
So it's very good we have you, Mr. Crockwillow.
yes.
Thank you for stepping up and doing your best to help the city.
I mean,
We very much appreciate it.
No problem. I mean, I suppose I'm helping all the people I want to help by taking this help and giving it as I see fit in helping people.
Yes. By now, some of the privateers have stood up and are slowly leaving the table, coming towards yours.
I look at them suspiciously, very, very unsubtly.
What are they wearing?
Normal clothes, a little bit of cured leather, armor.
Hmm. Do they have, like, weapons?
They have weapons, yes.
Okay.
Knives and cutlasses.
Who seems to be the, leader
Leader?
type?
There's actually one woman with a cutlass on her hip who's going first with a certain swagger in her step and looking down her nose at your group. And she seems to just about to be saying something to you, slightly parting her lips. Do you want to do something?
Well, maybe have her...
Well, are you...
I want to hear what the nice lady has to say before I do anything about it, so...
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, this is interesting. How many people are, like, in the tavern in general? So there's these privateers.
Including you and the privateers?
Mm-hmm.
Less than 20 at the time.
Less than 20, okay.
Somewhere there must be the musicians.
How many are in a 20-foot radius of the privateers?
Actually, just the barmaid.
Okay. Just the barmaid.
And she's slowly moving away from the group.
In which case, I will...
Oh, she is moving away. So we see people actually clearing
Yes.
out.
Yeah, the barmaid is
Okay, well
clearing
then I
out.
will intervene, but you go ahead
I'll do
first.
my thing first.
Yes.
I'll just kind of stand up and call to them. Now look here, gentlemen, I think you've had far too much to drink. Sleep.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
I will-
Mine would have been a bit more subtle, but
I will
whatever.
cast it at second level, which gives me another 2d8.
Okay.
Quinn's probably like...
Does our talk with the lovely Imoen actually constitute as something of a short rest? It's not that relevant, but I thought I'd ask.
It's not half an hour yet.
Okay.
No, okay.
Fine, doesn't matter.
Sorry.
No, that doesn't matter.
6. So I need to roll one more d8 after this. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. So remember the 1. There's another 1. So 1, 2, 10, 18, 25,
Yes.
30. That's a bit better. I guess that's a 7.
That's a 2, but
Oh, that's a 2.
that's a 2.
32.
32.
Yeah.
Can you decide which ones you want to target, kind of filling up their hit points first?
Well, Well, no, I think it goes from whoever's got the lowest hit points to the higher.
Yeah.
Wait, I will.
So I don't decide, it's just... So
Okay.
if the barmaid's in range and she's only got 4 hit points, she'll go first.
I will tell you in a second. I will tell you.
Okay, let's assume you waited the half second until the barmaid was out
Was
of
out the
reach,
way, yeah.
which is why you started saying you had far too much to drink and sleep. So 32. That actually knocks out 2 of them,
Haha!
the weakest of them.
How many are there actually altogether?
6.
6 probably.
Okay.
Now it's 4. 2 of them just go
While he does that,
drop down, clattering.
I kind of raise my hand and
What's going on?
mutter something arcanish under my breath and say, well, you don't really want to do that, and cast Charm Person at 2nd level on 2 of those. The leader lady and one of her, I don't know, the ones closest to her, I guess.
Okay, they didn't need to make
Like
a
one,
saving
the leader
throw.
lady and one other. Yeah, and they need to do wisdom saving throws against a DC of 13.
13. The leading lady barely makes it. She first goes, yeah, no, wait a moment. but the man next to her says, well, actually, yeah, I don't think it's worth it. No. Yeah, I'll set this one out, guys. It slowly moves away.
He's now charmed by me for 1 hour, by the way.
Yes. He nods to you.
It's like,
No,
I nod
no,
back to
I
him.
don't want to interfere.
the,
I try to
the,
stay sort of neutral in these
the
kind of
leading lady
conflicts.
looks at you, looks back, sees 2 of her people slumped to the floor, and just 2 of her people still actually with her. Because one of those who didn't fall asleep instantly is just now getting himself a pint. Then she slowly turns back to you. Now, why so unfriendly?
Yes, what's happening? I managed to get my sword, but that's kind of it.
Now, if you'll excuse me, madam, but as I said, it clearly does seem that, some of your party have had a little bit too much, been on the tippling a bit too much, if you see what I'm saying. But I am a man of Baldur's Gate, or half a man of Baldur's Gate, I guess one could say, but that's still quite a lot of experience. And, 6 people don't just get up and purposely walk towards a table where other people are just having a perfectly innocent conversation without some kind of...
Agenda.
Yes, agenda that may result in unfortunate things happening. And
I am amazed. How could you
Well, we
try?
rather like going here, so trashing the place.
Well, maybe we have an agenda. She's been playing with our tankards for quite some time now. She points at him when he shrinks down behind the table.
I mean, I've only just met this woman, so...
Meddling with our drinks usually means a beating. And you're friends with her, it seems.
Well, we
That
just
goes
had
a bit far, but
That's just, that's all relative, really, when you think about it.
She looks at Imwen, and she looks at you more intensely, at Khalid and Jahira, and then she just glances at you.
Now, look. I mean, even if the lady was, practicing some of her work, perhaps we can come to an understanding. She could apologize, and you could, you could go on your way. I'm sure she meant nothing by it, right?
Well, maybe I mean to teach her something. Now, she has gloves on and is now pulling them tighter.
I
No.
can assure you, she is really immune to people teaching her things.
Incidentally, sleep only lasts a minute. So,
Well, charm person lasts an hour.
although, yeah, until the spell ends. So, yeah, so they might wake up shortly, because we have been chatting a bit.
Yes.
No. I mean, teaching lessons is normally the privilege of the guards and the temples here in this town, wouldn't you say, friend? I now have a definite grip on my sword.
Do you want to persuade her or maybe intimidate her?
Yes, I think I'd try to persuade her, basically, that not to get the authorities involved. Seeing as I have the symbol of a
Yes.
temple on me and everything. so
Yes.
maybe that
Okay.
will help.
Good.
Okay.
that
We don't want any trouble here.
I think being a paladin of harm with your holy symbols everywhere, everything, I'm going to give you advantage on that.
Everywhere.
Yes.
Literally
You're,
everything.
you're covered in tiny fists.
Okay, advantage. Very nice. Okay. Oh, that is very good. 24. Friendly.
Well,
smile.
maybe
Charming smile.
maybe the young lady is going to learn something from this without us having to get into a tussle. She looks back. She seems to be counting the heads on her side. And on her side. Until we meet again.
Hopefully never.
Hey, get up! They're coming around now.
Yeah.
Very good roll.
Thank
They're
you.
coming around now, and she throws some coins on the table and then leaves. The one with the pint goes, and then waves goodbye cheerfully to you.
I kind of look at her going, hey, good on you. That was really good. I'm very impressed. You can certainly down a drink.
Yeah.
Kind of give him like a half smile. And,
It's like,
I'm very invested in this friendship.
As in all friendships. It
They
seems.
they clear out. The barmaid comes back.
Deep sigh.
Well, I thought they were looking for trouble.
oh no, they just we just had a little chat and they decided to be on their way.
They've been here for a few hours. Hardly drank anything.
No,
Sweating.
I thought they were waiting.
they don't sound like very good patrons to me, do they? Hardly
No,
drinking
I
anything.
think they were waiting for someone, just biding their time. Thank you for getting rid of them thing. And she looks at the table,
Certainly,
collects the
madam.
coins. They didn't tip either.
Well,
that is just rude.
just terrible. Should we have another round?
No sense of honor.
I could do another one.
Sure, why not?
I'm still sipping on my cider.
Fine. Khalid digs for more coins. Another round? Yes,
Sure.
she takes your orders.
I kind of move my hand under the table, and a small bluish hand goes to Imwin's coin pouch. And you see just this floating mage hand putting Imwin's coin pouch in the center of the table. I think she's paying.
Well, seems like it.
I'm sort of cradling my cider pint, just I've talked about this much. I'm fine, but then I take like a large gulp, just like I feel very proud of having accomplished this. I've talked someone out of violence.
Check.
I imagine you actually
My
do.
good deed for the day.
Good deed for the
You
day.
probably do actually have a checklist.
I probably have a checklist from someone in the Temple of Helm. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like this little pamphlet.
The
from
young paladin primer. there's a few things you can say in battle that sound very good.
I still have to learn those.
There's a few rules and
like
how you
good
should behave
things,
and
yeah.
dress
Good
and
things.
a list of temples, and then there's a checklist in the back. Where you go.
Like, suggestions for good deeds.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
You feel good about yourself.
Yeah, I do.
Everyone pays for the round.
Sorry.
Well, now that that's done, it didn't even come to any fight. I was very much prepared to give this table a good kick and hide behind it. Well, you saw this thing out.
I mean, I have to say, it does seem that, in the rather recent history of Baldur's Gate, a lot of people saw things by just hitting each other until they died or fell unconscious, but I feel that we've entered somewhat of a new era recently.
Yes, what kind of era?
One where, we can talk our problems out rather than just
Yes.
hitting mindlessly.
Yeah,
Although sometimes hitting mindlessly is fun.
Did you
That
pick
is
one of
true.
their pockets?
No.
Okay.
What kind
I
of
was just
gentleman do you
checking.
think I am? Do you think I'm such a lowly scum as to...
Well, I thought
Do
it
that
was pretty
such a thing.
obvious.
I wasn't anywhere near him. I'm just saying.
Good on you.
Well, the only one who lifted a coin purse with a mage hand was you, Zan.
Yes, that's a good point, actually.
I mean, technically, it was your mage hand that got us into this mess. wasn't it?
Insight check.
What are you inside checking?
I don't know if it's telling the truth. I don't know anyway.
Yeah, you're right about that. Well,
But you are getting better, I think. It actually moved stuff this time.
Thank you. Well, we're all set. I'll come back here regularly. I'll be here each day. I have to report back to the musical instrument people.
Very good.
And I wish you the best of luck finding our friends and finding out what they're doing here.
Oh yes, I'd almost forgotten about that with all the excitement.
Yes, they might have been connected too. You know, they hire thugs. The lowest of the low.
You're telling me?
Despicable.
Yes.
You have an interesting definition of luck if you want us to meet these people, actually. But
I want you to meet these people and get out unscathed and healthy. I'm not hoping for happy in your case, but
well, that would be a tall order, wouldn't it?
yes.
A very big ask, yes.
I'm very happy you're going to do this. Well, I leave you to it.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay.
Lovely. Yes, I'm going to report.
Oh, yes, I should do that too.
If you like. I guess I can as well. To
Finish my drink.
the people that I report to.
Very good.
See?
If you're going to report, give them my best. They know where to find me.
And I will take care of things outside of the city. Good to see you, Emmeline. Khalid!
Why does it sound like heel?
A bit. And that is how you, as a new band of adventurers, let's just call it a party, are in...
There's always a party where I am.
You are the party.
I am the party. I am the party and I allow people to come along.
Well, technically, we are gathered. Now we can venture
You
forth.
can
It's only a matter of time.
Yes.
Yes. So if you want to report, you can report, and otherwise we're going to switch maps again to a more detailed look at what surrounds the Elf Song Tavern. No,
Oh,
not
this is
this
zooming
one.
in.
That one. Yes, we're zooming in again.
I like this.
So this is where you are. Or this one's where you are. Exactly. This is the Elf Song Tavern. Yeah, well, she's leaving.
Oh yeah, she's not there
She's
anymore.
gone.
And he's gone as
When
well.
she's leaving, he's leaving as well.
Yes.
It's just us.
They're a happy couple.
Yes.
They're going to last forever.
Too soon.
Sorry.
I still haven't played Baldur's Gate 2, but
And
Too
then-
soon still.
Then we're not going to talk about it.
well, it's been out long enough, so if I get spoiled, it's my own fault.
Yes, it's been some time. Well, Alan Cropwillow, you are the one who knows Baldur's Gate the best.
I am.
You are. So you know some of the important places around here, and one of the most important places is the Sorcerer's Sundries,
Ah, yes.
a shop for anything magical that can be put into a potion or in a bag or in something that you can carry out and pay for.
I see.
Anyways. And yeah, otherwise there's a lot of small businesses around. There's a stable and a mortuary actually.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a colourful little tiny bit of Baldur's Gate.
Little area.
In a nice slice of the city with everything that belongs into it. You think there's a bordello around here too?
At least one, probably.
At least one, yes.
I see. Well, there's nearby here is Sorcerer's Sundries.
This is where you're at.
In the area, there is.
Funny thing is, the page actually says southwest Baldur's Gate, but we've
Established that
it's
Oh,
more
yeah.
southeast. But
Maybe it
this is
depends
where you
on
are.
what way you look at it. Who knows? Anyway,
Well,
in
it's all
the,
relative anyways, isn't it?
in the area, I don't know if this would interest you, my friend, but there is the Sorcerer's Sundries shop in this area. If you need anything magical, maybe the people there have an idea. Maybe I don't know. Maybe these people, maybe our friends, as we are calling them now. Yes, those people.
Yes.
Perhaps they have needed some kind of magical supplies.
They
Not
probably would.
a bad place to go for leads. Otherwise, we could look into this whole spiders thing and drained corpses, because there's the mortuary, if I recall, is just down the road.
You really are familiar here.
I told you, it's what I do.
You say many things.
You swing your fancy sword and you cast your spells. I know where places are in Baldur's Gate and how to get to them.
So we all have our duties, it seems.
Absolutely. Alternatively, we could just go somewhere else, but while we're here, I don't know.
Well,
Yes, sure,
you
why
seem
not?
to know what you're doing, so I'll follow you.
Look out below! Someone says above you.
I immediately jump out of the way, like without even
Yes.
thinking about it.
What?
As gracefully as possible, I will just clear the way.
Make a dexterity saving throw. What?
Oh!
19 minus 1 is 18.
Someone has opened a window upstairs and goes with the chamber pot, and you move away, and then there.
Ah, yes, what an interesting, colourful place in this town.
Welcome to Baldur's Gate.
Yes.
Lucky that just missed you. Anyway. Yes. Any preference?
Sure, let's go seek out magical items.
Okay. Do you have any money?
Well,
I've got some
You
money
should
if
know.
you need some money.
That sounds good. Let's go there.
Do we need money?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, very well.
well, I know some of us who did not actually have to pay an entrance fee.
You didn't? Is there special
I
dispensation?
mean, did you even notice? Because I rolled very high on stealth.
Maybe I should talk to the Helm Paladins.
I'm fairly certain, 20's above your passive perception.
That is very true.
So you're going to the Sorcerer's Sundries
Yeah.
first. There's a small market in front with lots of colourful stores that sell a lot of rather ordinary goods. It's mostly food and some trinkets. And so there's a bagger who's panhandling.
Oh, I will give him a copper piece, of course.
He says, "Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, good lady."
Blessings upon you, poor man. God, I'm so... Jesus Christ.
While she's
So condescending. Excuse me.
while she's giving to the poor, I will actually take a quick detour around the market and see if there's any new stalls that have suspiciously popped up and or closed down. Because
Nothing suspicious.
Okay.
There's always a little bit of change on these marketplaces. But the usual people are still there.
okay, so no kind of new shifty figures going around throwing their weight kind of thing.
Not in the moment.
No? Okay, then I'll maybe detour for a minute or two and then come back and go, okay, right, it's just there.
This halfling keeps disappearing.
Yeah,
There's also Sundries.
that's what I do.
It's a very lovely building that kind of sticks out from the surrounding buildings. It's a round, domed house with a single entrance, which is closed right now. And there's actually a line. There are people queuing up in front of it and mumbling and shuffling their feet and waiting, looking up at the sun, trying to gauge the time.
I go up to the person at the back of the queue and kind of tap him in the back of the leg.
What? Excuse me. You startled me.
Sorry, I have a tendency to do that. What's going on here? What's with the queuing?
He's going to open soon. And for some reason, he's only open for a few hours these days.
Are you all really that desperate to get in there?
Well, these are good prices. You can go to the upper city if you want to. I don't.
I guess. When does he open?
He should open any moment now, but he doesn't seem to be interested in making all that much money. It seems. Oh, there. Someone's come up and the door's being opened right now.
After that comment, I think Alan will just kind of turn to go, no, that's very interesting. That's very interesting indeed.
A middle-aged man has opened the door. Yes, come in. Don't touch anything. And goes back into the building. The first people are moving in, shuffling around him.
Seems to
Okay.
be a very popular shop around here.
Oh, extremely. A lot of people looking for things. You two go and have a look while I think to myself.
I'll have a look around at the objects and things on offer. Curious.
Yes. Most of the objects are actually... There's the round counter, and then everything's in a round structure in the middle where there are small bits and places for scrolls, for gems and jewels, and lots of potions, and safe from clumsy hands.
Oh, very good.
And the middle-aged human male is now behind the counter. He's closing down the counter and going, now what do you want? To the first of his customers. He starts pointing out things. There's a few stuff around on pedestals and smaller bits and pieces. But the important and the expensive and the easily breakable stuff is behind the counter.
I want to move around the shop a little bit, but I am much more interested in the other patrons than the stuff that's actually for sale. And what I want to be looking for is people buying some sorts of rare-ish ritual stuff. So something that a normal magic practitioner or someone interested in magical items for vanity purposes wouldn't be necessarily asking for.
Okay, make an insight check.
Yes.
As you're trying to listen to the orders.
That's a 6.
No,
There seems to be nothing out of the ordinary, just a lot of alchemical stuff, a few potions. Someone asks with a slight lisp and very silent, love potion? The owner goes, no, I don't sell those. You go somewhere else. Next, please.
Okay.
Okay.
And he looks at you, mingling around, and once he's done with the last of his customers, he goes, well, you look like adventurers.
Quick question, does anyone else work there, or is it just him?
It's just him right now.
Okay, cool.
Can I sell you anything? Do you need scrolls or potions? Anything special?
Well, what kind of specialties do you sell?
His face goes blank for a moment. I can create something custom if you want to.
Oh, that is actually interesting.
I'm looking to weave a nymph cloak, but I still need nymph hair for that.
I'm sorry, a what?
A nymph cloak.
A cloak
Nymph.
made out of hair?
Yes. From fey creatures.
Sounds gruesome to me.
I don't know. Well, you don't have to rip them out one by one while they're still alive. Just thought I'd... Yeah, well. Otherwise, I have all the usual things. You seem to be a man who would know what he wants.
Well, I'm actually here I'm just browsing, basically, with these companions
Well,
who
browsing
really
away.
want to see a shop for the first time. I've been here before, so...
Don't touch anything.
It's a very nice shop.
Yes.
I see some of the prices, and I'm guessing like I have some money to get by in the city, but I haven't got enough money to afford like a healing potion or something. So
No.
I'm not gonna bother.
You're looking around, and the lowest price that you see is a potion of climbing, which sounds very interesting. It's still 50 gold pieces.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, who needs to climb anyway?
Who needs help climbing?
Who needs help climbing? Well, my friend, you see, we might not necessarily be in the market for magical items as such, but we've heard on the grapevine that certain things are afoot in Baldur's Gate. Ever since, that whole business with the iron shortage and all that stuff a little time back, things haven't been, there's been somewhat of a, shall we say, a power vacuum in certain parts of Baldur's Gate. And we may have heard that other such, perhaps, let's say some new people might have moved in. I was just wondering if you might have any idea about any of that.
Well, there's no new people here at the Sorcerer's Sundries.
No new people coming asking for interesting or weird or perhaps even dangerous magical components or such
I
things.
sell weird components almost every day.
I say. Looking like a floating tentacle in like a little vial or something.
It twitches. I said hands off.
Sorry. Apologies.
You know, the Sorcerer Sundries is an institution.
It's a very fine
No one is
institution,
going
if I may say
to mess with us. There's no one who came here to do anything, how would you put this? Unsavory?
so. You know what? I respect your honesty. Insight check. No. 5.
Well, he's very hard to read.
It's very hard to read.
His face seems kind of disconnected from what he's thinking he's saying, like, just...
Okay. Well, look, I'll tell you what. Obviously, you don't have what could help us, but this is purely out of my own curiosity, I must say. So, I've lived in Baldur's Gate for quite some time now, and I have to say I've always respected the business that this shop operates. But why are these strange opening and closing times all of a sudden? I've never seen a queue outside of here before.
Well, that's entirely my business. And if you want one tip or hint from me, I'd say stop snooping about here and maybe look at the small carpenters' shops and things like that, you know. Honest, simple people who might be victims of whatever's going on or whatever you're looking into.
I see. People working with wood. They might be... The reason you're having some trouble is because...
No, it's not. Let's just say...
You've confused me a bit, I have to be honest.
Leave me alone. What you're seeking, you're going to find somewhere else.
All right. Well, if there's anything we can do to help...
Yeah, well, if you find out something, I might be interested. Now, I'm going to close soon.
Very well. We'll keep an eye out for the nymph's hair.
Oh, yes.
We see any
They're
nymphs,
very nice.
it's coming straight off.
Yeah, nymphs, dryads, sirens.
Damn! If only I'd known. If only I'd known.
Yes, I
Well,
know
then.
that feeling.
There.
If you're not buying anything, please leave.
Oh, yes.
I leave dejectedly.
Outside, there's also sundries. There is this small, tiny bit of Baldur's Gate around you. There are shops of the normal, simple, common people that the owner was talking about, the owner of the Source of Sundries. And yes, maybe a tiny first hint where to look for your friends. And we're going to have a look at that next time and leave it here.
Okay.
Thank you very much for playing. I'm enjoying our characters very much, the interaction. Yeah, we're going to see what havoc you're going to cause in Baldur's Gate next
I know
time.
what you mean.
I mean, havoc is the last thing on my mind.
Let's hope the city stands.
Let's hope we don't all die.
Yes, we're all doomed.
Well,
Thank
that
you very
is-
much for watching, and goodbye.